Hello guys, how are you all? So welcome to my channel Cracking IELTS 9.0. So today I am back with a new passage. As you can see, the passage says Manatees. So this is Cambridge 20 Test 2 Passage 1. As you can see on your right hand side, we have questions here. I would just go to the page. So the first type of question that we have is fill in the blanks. And later we have true, false, not given. Okay. So there are two types of questions here. And the first type of question we have to write, we have to use one word and or a number. Okay. So yeah, on the left hand side, we have the passage. So please watch the whole video thoroughly without skipping anything because I'll be giving a lot of tips and tricks on how to crack this IELTS reading passages. Okay. So please follow me carefully. There are different strategies for different types of questions. And now, this is like fill in the blank type of question, right? For this, we have a different strategy. Okay, so please follow my whole video thoroughly so that you can get benefited from that. Okay, now let us jump into the questions now. Okay, this is fill in the blanks. Now he's talking about appearance here, appearance of manatees. Okay, this is aquatic mammal. Okay, so look similar to dugongs but with a differently shaped dash. Okay, so my strategy is for the fill in the blanks, especially, we have to underline the keywords and we have to look for those keywords in the passage. Okay, so he's talking about the appearance of manatees and says that they look similar to dugongs but with a differently shaped dash. So something is shaped differently. What is that? That we have to find out from the passage. Okay, now, yes, so let us not waste any time and let us read the first paragraph now. Manatees, also known as sea cows or aquatic mammals that belong to a group of animals called Sirenia. This group also contains dugongs. See, we got the keyword. Dugong is a keyword here, right? So we got that. Dugongs and manatees look alike, look quite alike. They're similar in size, color, and shape, and both have flexible flippers for forelimbs. Okay. Now, however, the manatees has a broad, rounded tail, whereas the dugongs is fluked, like that of a whale. Okay. So, guys, did you get the answer? Because I think we got the answer. What is that? So he says that dugongs and manatees, they look alike, means appearance, look-wise, they are the same because they are similar in size, color, and shape. Okay, they both have flexible flippers. Still here it is okay. But we are looking for something that is differently shaped. However, see, look at the word. However, the manatees had a broad, rounded tail. Okay, but dugong is fluked out of a whale. So they both are different in terms of their tail. So yes, tail is our answer. Okay, that's what we were looking for. Yes, so I'll just write tail here. Okay, done. Right. So let me move to the next set of questions here. Okay, let us look at the next question, that is a movement. Now he's talking about the manatee's movement here, right? So have fewer neck bones than most mammals. Okay, this one is done. Then need to use their dash to help to turn their bodies around in order to look sideways. Okay, they have to use something, okay, to turn their bodies sideways. What is that? That we have to find out from the passage. Okay, now till here we have read, right? So there are three species of manatees: the West Indian, African, and Amazonian. Okay, fine. Now let us move to the next. Unlike most mammals, manatees have only six bones in their neck. Most others, including humans and giraffes, have seven. Okay, so this short neck allows a manatee to move its head up and down, but not side to side. Okay, to see something on its left or right, a manatee must turn its entire body, steering with its flippers. Okay. So did you get the answer, guys? Is it clear? So answer is here. To see something on its left or right means sideways. See, this is the keyword, sideways. A manatee must turn its entire body, steering with its flippers. See, they need to use their flippers to help to turn their bodies around to look sideways. Easy, right? So yeah, this one was also very easy. All these are very direct answers, I would say. So yeah, flippers is my answer. Right? Now, next one. Sense vibrations in water by means of dash on their skin. So, vibrations is one keyword and skin is another keyword, guys. Okay. So, they can sense vibration in the water with the help of something on their skin. What is that? Now, let us keep reading. Manatees have pectoral flippers but no back limbs, only a tail for propulsion. They do have pelvic bones, however, a leftover from their evolution from a four-legged to a fully aquatic animal. Manatees share some visual similarities to elephants. Like elephants, manatees have thick, wrinkled skin. They also have some hairs covering their bodies, which help them sense vibrations in the water around them. You got it, guys? You got the answer? See, here he spoke about vibrations, which is the keyword. Okay, by means of dash on their skin. What is that? You tell me the answer now. So, they also have some hair covering their bodies, means on their skin, which help them sense vibrations in the water. So, what is our answer, guys? Hair. Yes. This is also a very easy one and a very direct answer. So they have hair on their body. Okay, right. Next. Now he's talking about feeding now. Feeding. Eat many aquatic vegetation such as dash. So he's talking about some aquatic vegetation. What is that? We have to find out. Okay. So let me just move this up. Okay. Let us read this paragraph now. Sea grasses and other marine plants make up most of the manatee's diet. So diet means feeding, eating. Okay. Okay, manatees spend about 8 hours each day grazing and uprooting plants. They eat up to 15% of their weight in food each day. African manatees are omnivorous. Studies have shown that mollusks and fish make up a small part of their diets. West Indian and Amazonian manatees are both herbivorous. Okay, fine. So, what is the answer now? They eat mainly aquatic vegetation, such as, means example is asking, what is that? So look at the first sentence. Sea grasses and other marine plants. See, marine plants means aquatic vegetation, correct? So yeah, so such as sea grasses, that is our answer. Sea grasses and other marine plants make up most of the manatee's diet. Yes. Okay, so this is what they eat. I will say sea grasses. Okay, fine. I hope that is fine. Next. Next. Grasp and pull up plants with a dash. So pulling up plants. This is the keyword. Grasping and pulling up the plants. What is using their what? Okay, let us read further. Okay. Now, manatees' teeth are all molars, flat, rounded teeth for grinding food. Due to manatees' abrasive aquatic plant diet, these teeth get worn down and they eventually fall out. So they continually grow new teeth that get pushed forward to replace the ones they lose. Instead of having incisors to grasp their food, manatees have lips which function like a pair of hands to help tear food away from the sea floor. Okay. Okay, right. So grasping and pull up plants. What is the keyword for that? Tear food away from the sea floor. It means pulling up the plants, right? So with their what? So read the last sentence again. Instead of having incisors to grasp their food, manatees have lips. You see these lips? Yeah. Lips which function like a pair of hands to help tear food from the sea floor. Yes, grasping their food and to tear the food away from the sea floor, they are using their lips. Okay, right. So that is our answer. All right. Okay, let's move ahead. Next, the topic is breathing. Okay, so maybe he's talking about breathing in the next paragraph. So, come to surface for air every 2 to 4 minutes when awake and every 15-20 while sleeping. Okay, fine. Uh, may regulate dash of their bodies by using muscles of diaphragm to store air internally. Okay, right. Let us read the next paragraph. Okay, maybe this would be helpful. So, manatees are fully aquatic, but as mammals, they need to come up to the surface to breathe. Okay. When awake, they typically surface every 2 to 4 minutes, but they can hold their breath for much longer. Adult manatees sleep underwater for 10 to 12 hours a day, but they come up for air every 15 to 20 minutes. So, till here is the first sentence. Okay. Now, active manatees need to breathe more frequently. It's thought that manatees use their muscular diaphragm and breathing to adjust their buoyancy. They may use diaphragm contractions to compress and store gas in folds in their large intestine to help them float. Okay. Now, what is the keyword here, guys, in the question? May regulate the dash. Regulate. Yes, regulating is the keyword. They are regulating something by using the muscles of diaphragm. That is the main thing. What is that they are regulating? Now, read this last but one sentence again. It's thought that manatees use their muscular diaphragm and breathing to adjust their buoyancy. What do you mean by adjust? Adjust is a synonym to regulate. Okay, they both are synonyms. So what is that they are adjusting? Buoyancy. Yes. So they may regulate the buoyancy of their bodies by using the muscles of diaphragm. That's what he means. So our answer is buoyancy. C. Okay. Okay, fine, good. That was really good. And all these, they are like direct answers, guys. Since it is the first passage, it's very easy comparatively, right? So we are getting answers directly, and also the options, it is easy to find the answers as well. So as we move to the next second paragraph, third passage, the difficulty level will increase slowly. So that's what you need to keep in mind. Okay. Now let us move to the next set of questions, that is true, false, and not given. Okay. Here we should write true only if the statement agrees with the information. Okay. And we will write false if it contradicts with the information. I mean, if it is opposite in meaning. And if there is no information on this, then we will write not given. Okay. So we have to be careful while answering this type of questions because this may get tricky. Okay. Right. Now, what is the question about? The West Indian manatees can be found in variety of different aquatic habitats. Okay, he's talking about the West Indian manatee. I think it is there in the next paragraph itself. Okay, so let us read the whole paragraph. Okay. Now, the West Indian manatee reaches about 3.5 meters long and weighs around 500 kilograms. It moves between freshwater and saltwater, taking advantage of coastal mangroves and coral reefs, rivers, lakes, and inland lagoons. Okay, good. So there are two subspecies of West Indian manatee. The Antillean manatee is found in waters from Bahamas to Brazil, whereas the Florida manatee is found in US waters, although some individuals have been recorded in the Bahamas. In winter, the Florida manatee is typically restricted to Florida. When the ambient water temperature drops below 20 degrees, it takes refuge in naturally and artificially warmed water, such as at the warm water outfalls from power plants. Okay, done. What is the question, guys? He says the West Indian manatees can be found in a variety of different aquatic habitats. Okay, now read the first and second sentence. What do you understand from that? See, West Indian manatee is this much long, this much weight. Then it moves between freshwater and salt water, taking advantage of coastal mangroves, coral reefs, rivers, lakes, and inland lagoons. This sentence matching with the question? West Indian manatees can be found in a variety of different aquatic habitats. Yes, sir, because it can be found in fresh waters, salt waters, and it can be found in the mangroves, coral reefs, rivers, lakes, lagoons. All these things are different aquatic habitats, right? So yes, seventh one is exactly matching. So I think the answer should be true now. Okay, because this one is exactly matching with what is given in the passage. Okay, next one. The Florida manatee lives in warmer waters than the Antillean manatee. Now, he's comparing here, okay? He's comparing the Florida manatee with the Antillean manatee, okay? Now, we have to read it and understand again. Now, there are two subspecies. One is Antillean, found in Bahamas to Brazil, and Florida, found in US waters. Although some individuals can be recorded in the Bahamas. Okay, till here it is fine. Now, he's talking about warm waters here, right? So, in winter, the Florida manatee is typically restricted to Florida. When the ambient temperature drops below 20 degrees, it takes refuge in naturally and artificially warmed water, such as at the warm water outfalls from power plants. Okay. Okay, so the Florida manatee lives in warmer waters. Okay, till here it is fine, guys. But then the Antillean manatee, he says in the question. So, did he compare the Florida manatee with Antillean manatee in the paragraph here? I don't think so. There is no comparison between these two here. But till here it is fine. It lives in warm water, I agree. But when you compare the Florida manatee with the Antillean manatee, there is no information on this. Okay. So what should be the answer, guys? You tell me now. So it should be not given, right? Good. So yes, that's how we have to find the answers, guys. That's how we have to work on this. I hope you are following my strategies. So you have to apply the same strategy to every type of true, false, and not given question. Okay, then only easily you can find the answer. Okay. Next, the African manatees range is limited to coastal waters between the West African countries of Mauritania and Angola. Okay. Let us read further then. Okay. The African manatee is also about 3.5 meters long and found in sea along the west coast of Africa from Mauritania down to Angola. Yes. Okay. It is given here. Now, the species also make use of rivers with mammals seen in the landlocked countries like Mali and Niger. The Amazonian manatee is the smallest species, though it is still a big animal. It grows about 2.5 meters long and 350 kilograms. Amazonian manatees favor calm, shallow waters that are about 23 degrees centigrade. This species is found in fresh water in the Amazon basin in Brazil as well as in Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. Okay, here he's talking about um, okay, let us see this again. First sentence. The African manatee is about this long, okay, and it is found in the sea along the west coast of Africa from Mauritania down to Angola. Okay, good. What does he say here? African manatee's range is limited to the coastal waters. Okay, is it limited? The range, is it limited? That's what we have to find out. Between the countries of Mauritania and Angola. Is it limited, guys? Do you think so? Because he says it is found in the sea along the west coast of Africa. Means along the west coast of Africa, it is found in the sea. It is a bigger region. But here he says it is limited. It is limited to the coastal waters between Mauritania and Angola, which is completely opposite in meaning, right? So what is the answer, guys? This one is giving opposite meaning. What is the answer? So it should be false, okay? Because it is not limited to coastal waters. It can be found in the sea. That's what is the reason for that, okay? Now, the extent of loss of Amazonian manatees in the mid 20th century was only revealed many years later. Okay, for that to answer, we have to read the next paragraph also, I guess, right? Okay. All three manatee species are endangered or at a heightened risk of extinction. The African manatee and Amazonian manatee are both listed as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. It is estimated that 140,000 Amazonian manatees are killed between 1935 and 1954 for their meat, fat, and skin, with the latter used to make leather. Okay. In more recent years, African manatee decline has been tied to incidental capture in fishing nets and hunting. Manatee hunting is now illegal in every country in African species is found in. Okay. Now, what is the question? The extent of loss of Amazonian manatees. So, he's talking about the Amazonian, this one. In the mid 20th century means this one, 1935 to 54, was only revealed many years later. Okay, he says the extent of loss was only revealed many years later. Okay, that's what he says. Let us find out. When did they reveal it? It is estimated that 140,000 Amazonian manatees were killed between this for their meat, fat, skin, and to make leather. Okay, till here fine. In more recent years, African manatee, here he's talking about African manatee, this is Amazonian, right? So African manatee decline has been tied to fishing and hunting, okay? Now it is illegal in every country in Africa. Okay, right, fine. So he says was revealed only many years later. This part is not given in the paragraph. He says it is only revealed many years later. Where is it given? That it is revealed many years later. It is not given anywhere in the paragraph. So what is the answer, guys? You know the answer, right? So it is not given. It should be not given because nowhere we found it. Right. It is predicted that West Indian manatee population will fall in the coming decades. Now he's talking about the West Indian manatee. Let us read further. Okay, the two subspecies of West Indian manatee are listed as endangered by the IUCN. Good. Both are expected to undergo a decline of 20% over the next 40 years. Okay. I think I got my answer, guys. Did you get it? Yes or no? It is predicted that West Indian population will fall in the coming decades. Will fall. Fall means decline. You see, both are expected to undergo a decline of 20% over the next 40 years. Yes, 40 years is coming decades, and decline of 20% means will fall. West Indian manatee. Yes, exactly. This statement is exactly matching with what is given in the paragraph. Now, only this can be true. Okay. Next one. The risk to manatees from entanglement and plastic consumption increased significantly in the period 2009 to 2020. Okay, let us read. A review of almost 1,800 cases of entanglement in fishing nets and of plastic consumption among marine animals in US waters from 2009 to 2020 found that at least 700 cases involved manatees. Okay. The chief cause of death in Florida manatees is boat strikes. However, laws in certain parts of Florida now limit the boat speeds during winter, allowing slow moving manatees more time to respond. Okay. Now, what is the question? It says the risk to manatees from entanglement and plastic consumption increases significantly. This is the word we have to concentrate in this period. Did he say increased significantly anywhere in the passage? See, the review of almost 1,800 cases of entanglement in fishing and plastic consumption in US waters in this period found at least 700 cases involved manatees. Okay, that's it. We don't know whether it has increased or decreased in that period. No, it is not given there. This is just a review of whatever the cases they found, but this is not, they did not reveal any risk, right? Something, the risk has increased or decreased. Nowhere he spoke about that. So it is very difficult. It is not possible to answer from the information given in the paragraph. So what is our answer, guys? Here should be not given, right? And then the next question, there is some legislation in place which aims to reduce the likelihood of boat strikes on manatees in Florida. Okay. I think there is some legislation in place. We read it something like. However, laws in certain parts of Florida now limit the boat speeds during winter, allowing the slow-moving manatees more time to respond. Okay, some legislation in place means laws which aim to reduce the likelihood of boat strikes on manatees in Florida. Yes, exactly, sir. So the last sentence and the last question, they both are exactly matching with each other. It is simply paraphrased. So what is our answer, guys? What should be the answer here? It is true. Yes, they're exactly matching. Okay. So yeah, so that is the end of this passage, guys. I think we have answered all the questions. I hope you have learned a lot from this video. There were true, false, not given strategies and the fill in the blank strategies. I hope you learned something out of this so that it will be useful for you to crack the IELTS test. Okay. So if you like my explanation, please like, share, and subscribe my channel. So this will enable me to do more and more videos. Okay. Helpful video. I am also planning to do some videos on the writing module as well so that it will be useful for you guys. Okay. So keep encouraging me. Uh, Keep sharing my channel as well. So I think, yeah, that is the end of today's video. We'll meet again in some another video. Till then, goodbye. Have a good day.